Video is the second section of USIP OSP Video 4, the author's experience. Okay. Have our actors created. Next step is where you can put in information about the roles that they'll play. For simple simulation like this, there's not that much information, but if you have a more elaborate simulation like with 40 people, you may want to put in information about if this particular actor is playing, then this other group of actors should or shouldn't play. In the real world, we do simulations for 31 the exact number of players, but in a class there's never that exact number of players, so there has to be some wiggle room to include the students in the larger simulations. This is where you're going to put in information about all of that. Next step, the add objects step. This is where you can kind of create more interesting things that go into a simulation. For example, a document that students can work on, you can put in a starter text on it. Document change notification, you can put it in an essentially alert so that when a document gets updated, people get notified about it. And inject are things that people push out to players. Instructors can push out to the players, such as things that happen. So you can pre-script events. And then down here is the things that are more in progress. The open simulation platform is open source software and it's continuously growing. These are the things that we have added, but to be quite honest, might not work exactly right out of the box. But if you try using them and run into any problems, just let us know. We'll get it fixed up as soon as we can. And that step is kind of the meat and potatoes of the tool. What we're going to be doing in here is creating the tabs across the top for the different players. So this is where we can see the different tools, off-the-shelf tools that we can add to the players. In the top set there, the white set, generic. If we add an announcements tab, everybody gets one. And there's not any tinkering you need to do with it. There's no modifications. But for example, if we add a text page with all this background information, if we text page, you put in whatever you want, so that has to be customized, and so we will monitor the description so we can see more about what that's going to do while we're authoring. And save, and we'll just save it. It won't add it as a section to the players, but save and add will actually add it. Okay, so we've added a couple different tabs there. We can change the colors on them too. And we're doing this for everybody. So the universal here means that it's for all of the players. You go down to the orange salesman, we see that they have those two tabs that we just added. Now that we're customizing particular pairs, you can see that we can sections to either everyone or the orange salesman or player A or player B. And the orange salesman, by the way, if you remember, we made this person the control person. The control person will always get another additional tab over here to the right, which is the control tab. So we can look at player A now. The same set of tabs. They all have the same set of tabs in the phase started. Okay, so we could change the phase and see what they have. And probably don't have anything. Oh, they have the after action report. Right. Player A in phase started has these set of tabs now. And player B has the same because we added those as universals. But we can add them individually also. So let's go back to the universal set. Now we're going to add a conference room where they can chat. Call it meeting. we haven't created a conversation yet, so we need to do that. Let's call it orange chat. It's a regular chat room where people will be in role when they are chatting. These little help things pop up a help text bubble. So we're working on amplifying those, but if you run into, I see we need one there. But if you have any questions, either contact us or our developers, and we will work on making sure there's more help there. So this chat, we're going to put everybody in it. And now we have that. And let's go back to what we were adding the universal sections, and go back to creating a meeting. And now we will select that chat conversation, that set of actors we created, and give it a unique title. Anything else we want to tell the players? Now, save and add to conversants means that it will room to everybody who's involved in that particular chat. Set up multiple chats, and you can have different people going to different chat rooms. Now, if we look at the orange salesman, we see the chat room, and we see that player A also has this chat room now. And this player B. And I like to make the coloring constant across all the different players. They could each have their own unique color, but then it gets harder for them to reference things to each other, so it's good to do that. So now we essentially have a simulation, at least a sketch of a simulation, where we've got the different faces and the different actors. And what I want to show you, if you click here, you can see a catalog of all the different off-the-shelf tools we've created that you can add to different people. Some of them need tailored, some of them don't. Okay. Then let's go back. If you click here, you can see all the ones that have been customized for this particular simulation. So if you've done some creating customized simulations, you've made simulations, you've tweaked and added material to yourself, they'll open this list. Okay. Next step, enter after action report starter text. This is where you're going to put information on what you think the facilitator may say towards the end of the simulation. You could make it conditional, if players did X, tell them Y. Depending on how foreseen that a simulation may end, how it may go, typical ways it may go. All right. So now we're on the review step, and if we look back, we can look down through the review and see all the information that we've entered on this particular simulation. And if we look back here, you can see we've actually walked through all 14 steps. Just now, we've walked, taken it all the way through. So we can back in and change, and modify and edit. We went back to our objectives. So the way down here, you can see objectives from different people, from different simulations that are loaded on your platform. So now after it's been created, at least the basic outline, let's go to the play section. I just want to show you one more thing. That's launch a beta test, so you can at least play it by yourself a few times before you invite trusted friends to do a beta test with you. And what you hear is just enter in an email address. just click submit. And that user with that email address has been added to a simulation with all of those different things. So if we log out now, log in as author. Now we're the author, but we're going in as a player, right? So we author, but we just authored a simulation, so we're going in as a player. And you see that when we created that beta test, it gave it this name of beta test, and it puts in as each of these different actors. Now we can log in each of these different actors and see the world Dell experience. So right now we're the control character, and so that the control character can modify the schedule. The control character can read the announcements. Has everybody got the announcements tab? We see the background reading material that was put in. Marketplace chat that we created. And we have the very all-important control tab. So really all it is to create a simulation. It can get far more elaborate from there. You can create lots of different sorts of sections. You can customize them as you want. More actors to increase the complexity and richness. Those are the essential steps. Working through those 14 steps as the author and testing the thing out will get you to the point where you can author a simulation very easily. And students have done it in classrooms, so it's nothing that a beta human can't do. So essentially we've enabled anybody to be able to author online role plays. We look forward to hearing any questions and feedback that you have at services@changesimulations.com. Thank you and have a great day.